Oh no, we live, baby. We live. Hold on. Wait. We live, baby. Okay, hold on. Wait 1 second, y'all. Let me make sure that everything is everything. All right, so I am setting it up. Um, Apologies for the delays, people. Um, as you know, okay, so I had, we doing something different with the show. So as you see, we have to adapt accordingly. Um, so I am gonna do the same thing as last week. I'm gonna hit hit up Instagram, let them tune in briefly, cause my phone is about dead anyway. So, but anyway, we're gonna let the people on Instagram to tune in briefly, but they won't be able to see what y'all see on here. Okay, so hold on. I appreciate y'all bearing with me. Can everybody hear me? Okay, y'all hear me? Okay, all right. Thank you, sugars. And I gotta figure out how to merge the chat because I be seeing one chat at a time, and then I be have to switch over and see other things and so forth, and it be so y'all gotta bear with me because I'm advanced technology, but I mean technology wise I'm a little advanced, but I'm kind of slow too. All right, hold on. Oh, well, let me put this clip in on this side because a bitch. Okay, that's fine. All right, let's go. Cause we get it on tonight. Okay, so we live. Let me finish adding the rest of the people. All right, so we have a treat for y'all today. Hopefully y'all are motivated. Hopefully. That don't sound right. Do it. Okay. Thanks. All right. So, um, ooh, let me make sure y'all can hear me on Instagram. Can y'all hear me? I'm sitting on my shower and everything. Okay. So, Um, for those on Instagram, don't forget to tune in on hamlife.tv for the complete full episode, including clips that we're showing on hamlife.tv. But without further ado, all right, so I am dressed up in honor of someone on today, in honor of the Queen, Angela, my Auntie Angie. Okay. So, but anyway, uh let's go ahead and get into it. All right. All right. In response to actor John Major's controversial comparison of his girlfriend Megan Good to Coretta Scott King in the aftermath of his guilty verdict for assault and harassment, Reverend Bernice King Reverend Bernice King, the youngest daughter of Coretta Scott King and Martin Luther King Jr., took to social media to defend her mother's legacy. Majors had previously had statements instructed his then girlfriend, a white woman of all people, to emulate Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama, uh, which were played during the trial Reverend Bernice King emphasized that her mother was. Hold on one second. This is for some reason my teleprompter is going kind of slow. Okay, so we're gonna start that. We're gonna start that like kind of all over again, so y'all can keep up. Okay, in response to actor Jonathan Majors' controversial comparison of his girlfriend Megan Good to Coretta Scott King in the aftermath of his guilty verdict for assault and harassment. Sorry, Reverend Bernice King, the youngest daughter of Coretta Scott King and Martin Luther King Jr., took to social media to defend her mother's legacy. Majors had previously had statements instructing his then girlfriend, a white woman, to emulate Coretta Scott King and Michelle Obama. I know some black women is like, but anyway, which were played during the trial. Reverend Bernice King emphasized that her mother was not a prop, highlighting Coretta Scott King's role as a peace advocate and her significant contributions to civil rights activism even before marrying Martin Luther King Jr. So Coretta Scott King been doing this, okay? So in case y'all didn't know, she was doing this before Martin Luther King. So she kind of influenced him or pushed him, as she said, to even be the social civil rights activist that he was. So the term behind every great man is a greater woman. That term is true, especially in this case. Um, the social media backlash against Majors was swift, with users criticizing him for reducing Coretta Scott King to a mere supporter of her husband, Reverend Bernice King's post gained significant traction, amassing over 12,000 reposts and redirecting attention to a 2017 HuffPost article she wrote about her mother's multifaceted life. Meanwhile, Majors, who plans to appeal the verdict, faced career repercussions as Marvel Studios' severed ties with him impacted his anticipated roles in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The controversy surrounding Majors reflecting broader discussions about respecting the legacies of prominent figures and the importance of acknowledging women as independent leaders in their own right. Do you all think Major's perception of women is off? And is Megan Good just a front for a good image, or is this spark between them real? Do y'all think that um Megan Good and Jonathan Majors relationship is real? I don't know. Let me see. We got oh so um so me personally, I'm trying not to give too much because I realize that I can get in trouble for giving too much of my personal um opinion. I gotta be careful of my personal opinion because my personal opinion be it'll go. I'll say some things. So to avoid saying some things to get me in trouble, I will say this. Um Jonathan Major is I see him as an Uncle Tom in lighter sense. Like I don't even see him like he told a white woman to act like Michelle Obama and Coretta Scott King. And then cause you got in trouble with cause you got in trouble and you now face the charges because of a white woman, you want to go and um you want to go and go for look for the black woman to bail you out basically. So the black woman was your first choice. So was um your second choice was a black woman. You using a black woman to um sell to uplift your image because you was with this white woman and you know the black community is not gonna back you. Especially well, we will, but at the same time we won't because you should have known better. Your mama they tell you leave the white women alone. They gonna get you in trouble. They used to, my girl used to tell us that. But leave the white women alone. Be careful with the white women. They're gonna get you in trouble. So, but not saying that all white women are bad or anything like that. Not saying that. But, sir, you done got yourself into a cookie. All right, moving on. A former coordinator in the Davis School District Equal Opportunity Office, Jocelyn Thomas, has filed a federal lawsuit alleging racial discrimination against district officials. Thomas hired to investigate racial harassment complaints following a 2021 federal investigation revealing widespread racial harassment. Claims she was treated differently, subject to a hostile work environment, and denied opportunities um, given to her, but not given to her, but given to the white colleagues. The lawsuit highlights the district failure to address racial disparities and the tragic suicide of Isabella Izzy Techner, a black and autistic fifth grader who faced relentless bullying. Techner was the only black student in her class. Techner's family blamed the school's inadequate response, leading to a $2 million settlement. The district updated its harassment policy and introduced an anonymous reporting platform after the federal investigation. Thomas, one of the new hires in 2022, was tasked with investigating anonymous reports and alleged that the district failed to address its culture. Her contract was not renewed in June 2023 following alleged discriminatory treatment. The district, stating its commitment against harassment, declined to comment on the lawsuit specifics. I'm sorry. How can school districts effectively address racial disparities and create a safe environment for students and staff? And role should federal oversight play in ensuring schools adhere to anti-discrimination policies? Um, and by the way, the viewers, if you know, or if you or someone you know is in crisis, call the National Suicide Prevention Hotline at 800-273-8255 or text HOME to 741-741. Again, HOME to 741-741. Um, with that, um, that case is interesting. Um, I just don't I just we're in the 2000s. We're in 2023, 2022, 2021, and we still facing racial discrimination. Um, and we should have been past that. Like our parents and our grandparents went through that. So it's sad to see that we as a people are still going through that. Um, but nevertheless, we are going. I hope that my hope in that is that they somehow resolve and make find a way to blend it together and educate the students on their harsh reaction, their harsh statements, or their words that can pierce other young students. But nevertheless, let's take a break and look at the Ham Life merchandise. Trey, come here.
You are Jasmine, I am Aladdin. Find us a carpet, someone to add in. What we had was magic, what we have is tragic.
Bad. All right, we back. So if you just not tuning in and you don't know what's going on, you are watching the Ham Life Podcast Show with your favorite cousin, Me. All right. All right. So moving right along. Next up, we have Ronnie Long. A black man from North Carolina has been awarded a historic $25 million settlement after spending 44 years in prison for a wrong. Uh-uh. Calm down. Okay. I'm sorry. Um, my people back here tripping. Electronics is tripping, so you gotta be careful, y'all, because these electronics be looking and shit. All right. Anyway, Ronnie Long, a black man from North Carolina, has been awarded a historic $25 million in a settlement after spending 44 years in prison for a wrongful conviction of raping a prominent white woman. The city of Concord settled for 22 million, and the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation settled for 33 million. This marks the second largest wrongful conviction settlement recorded. Long civil attorneys expressed satisfaction with the city's responsiveness and highlighted a rare public apology issued to Long, acknowledging the harm caused to him and his family. Despite the financial compensation, Long's attorney, Jamie Lau, emphasized that true justice remains elusive. The settlement is seen as a significant step forward, but it cannot fully compensate for the decades Long has lost. The settlement included a public apology, which was part of Long's demands. Long and his legal team hope that his case serve as an example for handling similar situations in the future. How does this settlement and public apology contribute to a broader conversation on wrongful convictions and, and justice system reform? And this is to y'all, by the way. And in case y'all didn't know, here's some numbers to put into perspective. Black people are 13.6% of the American population, but 53% of the 3,200 in exonerations listed in the National Registry of Exonerations. Judging from the exonerations, innocent black Americans are 7 times more likely than white Americans to be falsely convicted of serious crimes. Oh, excuse me. Innocent black people are about 7.5 times more likely to be convicted of murder than innocent white people. That applies equally to those who are sentenced to a death and those who are not. A major cause of this disparity is the high homicide rate in the black community, a tragedy that kills many black people and sends many others to prison. Like the families of those who are killed, innocent defendants who are falsely convicted are victims who are deeply harmed by murders committed by others. Black people who are convicted of murder are about 80% more likely to be innocent than other convicted murderers. This is not counting that innocent blacks is 8 times more likely to be convicted of rape and 19 times more likely to be convicted of a drug charge versus white counterparts. I'm just saying, do y'all think America got a problem? Like it is like devastating. Like it's crazy to know that the percentage is so high. So y'all know how people lie, women lie, men lie, but numbers don't. So people lie, numbers don't lie. So based off the numbers, it's like people of an African American descent, we have to watch out. We have to be careful because if we're not careful, we could be one of those people that are wrongfully convicted and is innocent. But moving right along, House Republicans on the Judiciary and Oversight Committee plan to issue new subpoenas for Hunter Biden, President Joe Biden's son. The move comes after Hunter Biden's lawyer stated compliance with a new proper subpoena. Committee chairs James Comer and Jim Jordan argued that their initial subpoenas were lawful and enforceable. Criticizing Hunter's defiance, the GOP led committees recommended holding Hunter Biden in contempt of Congress for not cooperating with their impeachment inquiry into his father. Hunter's lawyer contends the initial subpoenas were legally invalid, tied to the impeachment inquiry's authorizations vote. Comer and Jordan rejected this, asserting no legal biases for Hunter's defiance. Despite the subpoenas being lawful, they agreed to issue new ones for Hunter's disposition in the coming weeks. The House is set to vote on holding Hunter Biden in contempt. What got me though was Texas Representative Jasmine Crockett, who ate Republican Nancy Mace up. Take a look at the clip. Let me pull these up for y'all because y'all don't want to miss this because this is good.
No, of course they've already decided. This is nothing more than games for them, and it's a matter of a way to distract from the fact that the Republicans are unsuccessful at doing anything that is productive for the American people. It's also a way to make it seem as if there's something nefarious that's going on. They want to make it seem as if President Biden and his family have the same types of issues as Trump and his family, and there really is no comparison. We know that Trump has 91 counts pending against him for a reason.
You are the epitome of white privilege, coming into the Oversight Committee, spitting in our face, ignoring a congressional subpoena to be deposed. What are you afraid of? You have no balls.
It is absolutely insane. This is what we do, right? When you're on the Republican side, is you use phrases that really do have some deep and hurtful meanings for people that look like me. You say things like white privilege, which I'm not saying that Hunter Biden does or does not enjoy white privilege, but not showing up to this committee has nothing to do with white privilege whatsoever. There may be a privilege that Hunter enjoys, but it definitely isn't necessarily because he is a white man. And having it come from someone like Nancy Mace and then her retort to what I said having to do with the likes of Harriet Tubman, which I was like, lady, I don't know where you're coming from talking about Harriet Tubman, but I do want them to recognize that white privilege exists. And actually, she realized and said that she was one, if not the only Republican that tries to work on issues as relates to minorities. Now, whether or not I agree with that is a whole other issue, but really checking your privilege at the door is what Nancy Mace and the rest of her Republican colleagues need to do at all times and be cognizant of how they act, because they employ the same white privilege as we sit in committee, and their MAGA friends that follow them do the same things, as they have so many derogatory things to say about me on social media that have nothing to do with substance, but because they are white and half of them literally lack half the education that I have, but somehow they feel as if they are superior to me as a Black educated woman in America.
Ooh, child. Well, I say she ate her up. Like when I tell you she ate her up. And I was just like, oh, I know she didn't. Yeah. And if y'all go on seeing it, I know it's 2 hours long or whatever, but if y'all can find the clip for when she was actually in there and she was talking to Funky Butt, then you'll see that she really wasn't playing with sis. So sis wanted to point out white privilege, like, okay, y'all trying to come, y'all really trying to play on my top. So I'm really more educated than all of y'all. I really have more education than all of y'all. My credentials is really better than all of y'all, but y'all think because y'all white that I'm just dumb or something. Nah, baby, I've been in this thing. I do this. So that's what they said to me. I mean, y'all let me know what y'all think. Okay. So anyway, moving right along. Child, rapper Lil Nas X, known for his provocative music videos, has unleashed his latest creation, J. Christ, marking what he calls his Christian era. The artist who gained fame from with Old Town Road made headlines with his 2021 hit Montero, Call Me by Your Name, that stirred controversy for its explicit imagery. Now Lil Nas X is back, teasing the release on social media with playful antics, including false acceptance to Liberty University. The fake letter, signed by the late Jerry Falwell, triggered responses from the university, denying any record of Lil Nas X applying. The J. Christ video, released recently, takes viewers on a surreal journey through a stairway to heaven featuring lookalikes of Taylor Swift and others. To Lil Nas X as a celestial being. The video includes scenes of a basketball match against the devil, a cheerleader, Jesus Christ on the cross, and Noah leading animals to an ark amid apocalyptic chaos. The visual spectacle has already sparked controversy, raising questions about Lil Nas X's artistic expression and societal responses. If y'all haven't seen the video, then y'all can. I was gonna post it, but it's just he just doing a little bit too much. Um, uh, so he is portraying Jesus on the cross. He's portraying a cheerleader. He's acting as everybody basically. So if y'all haven't seen it, by all means, if you want to, so be it. But I ain't for to support that man. He's doing way too much, and nobody got time for Lil Nas. He just wants some attention, and somebody need to give it to him because this man wants some attention, and y'all not giving it to him. Uh, I'm trying to wait to this other clip, but I don't know. I haven't seen the video. I've seen pictures of it. I did see him on the cross. Um, I did see him like nailed to the cross. I did see like why is the devil and Jesus playing basketball? I did see the image of Taylor Swift and whatever, but like I said, to each his own. What do y'all think? Y'all think Lil Nas X is doing too much? Y'all think this is a scream for help, a cry for attention, or y'all think it's just artistic creation? Because like as artists, we want to allow people to be creative and use their artistic side. So for him, his artistic side may be kind of out there. Um, and he may not realize that the stuff he's saying may be offensive to some or to many. Because if y'all remember, he had the shoes with the blood in it. Now he going from shoes with blood in it and the satanic outlook to being more Christian. So, like I said, we can't judge people. To each his own. I'm not gonna judge them, but it's time for a break for this commercial.
Trey, come here. You are Jasmine, I am Aladdin. Find us a carpet, someone to add in. What we had was magic. What we have is tragic.
I ain't never but tripping on your love. Oh, my bad. I be feeling that. Y'all don't like that. I do. I just wanna know What if we didn't crash in the same lane? All right, if I get enough requests, I'll share that particular song. Um oh child. People is beeping, beeping, beeping. So um so moving right along. Um if y'all haven't seen Yasmin B and Drake, Yasmin B, formerly known as Most Def, sat down with the interview on the cutting room floor, had a few things to say about Drake. Yes, Drake. It wasn't necessarily bad, it just wasn't that great. He um he called Drake pop. He didn't say Drake. He said Drake wasn't really hip hop. He said Drake is more pop. Um, teach his own. I'm not gonna comment on that. That's him. But you can catch the video clip on the cutting edge, or you can see you can catch the video on hamlife dot hamlife dot love. Sorry, on Instagram. Go check out our Instagram. Okay. All right. Moving right along. Angela Bassett, yes, my Auntie Angie, has made history. She recently received an honorary Oscar award in which she is the second black female to receive one, the first being the late Cicely Tyson in 2018. Angela was acting in more than 100 movies and TV shows. Auntie Angie gave a heartfelt, inspiring acceptance speech. I believe we have a clip of it. Let's take a look real quick.
Do I go the route of saying a few words of gratitude for what this moment means to me? Or do I give voice to what I hope this moment should mean for generations of Black actresses to come? To put what this moment means to me in historical context, my mind traveled back to February 29th, 1940, the 12th Annual Academy Award, the ceremony when actor, singer, songwriter Hattie McDaniel became the first Black person to ever win an Oscar. Or she took the stage. The actress Faye Bainter said, "It is more than a plaque of gold. It enables us to embrace the whole of America and pays tribute to those who have given their best, regardless of creed, race, or color." It would be another 50 years before another Black woman would win an Oscar, that extraordinary woman being my dear sister friend Whoopi. And still more than a decade before the next historical milestone with Halle's win as Best Actress, which for more than 2 decades remains the only. We have Jennifer, Monique, Octavia, Lupita, Viola, Regina, and Ariana. 10 actresses who are makers of history in our industry. I call their names to acknowledge every one of them this evening for being beacons of possibility and hope for little Black and brown girls who aspire to one day pursue the dream of becoming an actor. Those trailblazing actors like Ruby Dee, Diane Carroll, Cicely Tyson, and Rosalind Cash, they were my North Star and my guiding light. Proof that while the road may not be without curves and bumps, there was a way to fulfill what I believed deep in my soul was my destiny. To my fellow Black actresses, fill your hearts with courage and strength, because regardless of what you may think or see or feel, your contributions do matter. Never allow fear, frustration, or disappointment to get in the way of the blessings that are divinely and deservedly yours. Remember who you are and who our ancestors intended you to be, us to be. I proudly share this honor with women who stand up when they are told to stand back, who speak up when they are silenced, who remain determined when they are told they are defeated. Those that I've had the honor to portray, as well as the everyday woman who surround us and inspire us to keep striving. Maya Angelou said very wisely, people will forget. They will forget what you said. People will forget. They will forget what you did. But people will never forget the way you made them feel.
Ooh, child. If y'all have not seen the whole 15 minutes, baby, what I say, baby, child, sugar, you need to, because it is so inspiring. And that was just chopped up pieces of it. So imagine the whole thing. She did name a whole lot of different actresses that paved the way, and a couple of them that's now around. It's amazing. She's been acting all this time, and this is her first Oscar. And on top of that, she's the second Black woman to ever get an honorary Oscar. She even talked about the first woman who ever got, the first Black person who ever got an Oscar back in 1940. But I do encourage y'all to watch the whole video, child, because it is good. But while we're wrapping up, let's talk, okay? Martin Luther King Jr., as we celebrate MLK Day, the internet is starting to internet. Martin Luther King Jr. was an American Baptist minister, activist, and political philosopher who was one of the most prominent leaders in the civil rights movement from 1955 until his assassination in 1968. This is not what they was talking about, though. In July 1963, 1 month before King's March on Washington, President Hoover, personally convinced Attorney General Robert Kennedy, brother of the president, to let the FBI install listening devices in King's home, office, and phone lines. Hoover created the FBI in his own image decades before, and by the 1960s, Hoover had become paranoid and bitter. While the ethical reasons for the FBI's monitoring of Kings were murky at best, the recordings do make up much of what we know now about the man's personal life. King had engaged in so many extramarital affairs that his wife, Coretta Scott King, had reportedly become disillusioned with their marriage. Now, many are saying that because the positivity he has done outweighs what he has, could the positivity that he did outweighs what he has done? This is where it gets interesting. Someone said, why can't we say the same thing about R. Kelly? Can we convict the man without damning his work? No, they're not comparing R. Kelly to Martin Luther King. No, we're not doing that, because that Jonathan Majors do that enough. But we're saying if we gonna look at a man's character and judge him by his works, do we look at part of it, or do we look at the whole thing? So, or do we separate personal and professional viewpoints? Do we separate those two? Y'all let me know. I do get what they're saying about the R. Kelly situation. We as a Black community, we do judge our own more harshly than than other races. So we'll forgive other races before we'll forgive um our own kind. So y'all let me know what y'all think. I appreciate y'all tuning in with me and being a part of the show and whatever. And thank you for so much for tuning in. Today's podcast was sponsored by Divine Elevation Spiritual Life Coaching and the best podcast in the land, and that is Ham Life Podcast Show. Okay. Like a Dungeon Dragon. Okay. So y'all have a blessed day. Thank you so much for tuning in. And this is peace. Bye.